takes the internet to connect us. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Domestic Athlete Training Podcast with your host, Anthony T. And
Blondie Lockhart.
right here on Oakland Sunshine, having a beautiful morning. Had a couple technical difficulties as always. That's a great thing for us because technical difficulties means our episodes are going to be some of the best.
We're overcoming adversity.
Overcoming adversity every day. That's what we do best here as entrepreneurs. That is exactly the name of our title. That- Nothing better describes entrepreneurship than overcoming adversity. All right. So this morning,
That is very true.
we're going to talk about if you say you can't, then what comes after that? What do you think?
Nothing most of the time because I've changed my mindset and been working on that, and it's definitely that if you say you can, you're right, and if you say you can't, you're also right, and it all depends on what you decide to do and the type of effort that you decide to put in. So which what you believe is what's going to come to fruition. So if you believe that you can't, you're not going to do anything, and you actually won't. If you believe that you can, not to say that you're going to achieve whatever that goal is tomorrow, but you're actually going to take some steps that goal. If you say it, if you say that you can't, nah, player, you just gonna sit there and let life happen to you,
Yeah.
or play the victim, one or the other. That's
Yeah.
from my experience. What you think?
Yeah. I think that very much so. And sometimes you don't even have to say you can't. Sometimes you be saying it subconsciously, like because you're trying to hold face in front of other people and be like, yeah, oh yeah, 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 I could definitely make this happen. And then in the back of your head, you thinking about all the excuses of why you can't do this. And you just don't want to seem like the fool. So in the back of your head, you're like, nah, I can't do that. I'm gonna just tell them something else. So that way it give me a little more time for me to figure it out. And all the while you really just didn't want to do it. So you can't. So it comes back to if you believe you can't, you can't. So yeah, that's true. I've always been the type of person who feels like I can though. Like there's very few occasions I could think of. I'm trying to think of one right now where I've been so negative to the point where I feel like I can't do something. And I can't think of one. I've always just been like a go-getter. Like, you know what? I could do this. Oh, I think we just lost Blondie, you guys. The internet connection is on Teddy Riley right now. Let's give it some time. Let's see if she comes back. I hope that she does. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just talk to you guys a little bit about the week that I've been having so far. Um, been trying to get into my workout routine. Was able to jump rope this week. And let me tell you, it is definitely going to take a challenge for me this time. Going to take some time for me this go round on the journey to get back to where I am truly like gung ho about it. Because it needs some build up, right? When you first start working out, that's when you're most excited. But when it's hard and you start to get sore, that's when you start to lose some of that luster, and then you just want to quit. So I've been trying to push through those things. Oh, here we go. Blondie's back. Let's see if we can get her back on the screen with us.
I don't
Hello,
know what
hello.
happened. Hello, I'm so sorry. I was sitting here, and then all of a sudden it was like a little circle on you. And then it was a little circle on me, and I was like, don't touch nothing, just sit here. And then it was like, no internet. And I'm like, what? I didn't touch nothing. I didn't touch nothing.
Yeah, I noticed it had paused out on me, and you didn't say anything back. So I kind of switched the subject a little bit out so I could waste some time till you got back.
I was like, okay, once they all went black and then it was like no internet connection, I was like, okay, now you got to touch something. I thought it was on your end. It's over here me. Okay. It's going to be an amazing episode.
Oh gosh. But yeah, I was just talking about how this week I did finally get into trying to just build my stamina back up. But yeah, I'm trying to fight that urge to say F it. Fighting that urge.
What?
Oh my goodness. Ooh. So the journey this time around, the thing about getting older is, you fight those thoughts in your head that are, this is it. The can't thoughts, right? What we were just talking
Right.
about. It becomes a lot harder to fight those can't thoughts that's going on in your head. And because you start to look around, and then you start to what's the good word for it? What's it, like the term for when people are like rubbing off, or things like,
Influence?
yes, you start to be influenced by some of the bad habits that you've accepted over over the time. And then you're like, was it really that bad that I was overweight and couldn't breathe and was
I didn't know we were going to that extreme. Good grief.
that's those are the can't thoughts. It's like, man, it wasn't really that bad. People had pity for you and everything. Like, just go back to that. Like, nah, I can't do it. It's not worth it.
I guess that's similar with me. Kind of. I'm kind of going in the opposite direction. I was just like, you know what? I am still in that. I feel sore from working out just because I'm just getting started. But then also, I'm like, I am paying for this membership. I am going to get my membership worth. So yeah, let's get up and go. Like it was Tuesday night, I remember, and we just had a cold snap happen on our end, and I do not like the cold. I do not
Oh,
like to be
yeah.
outside in the cold. I don't. It's a no for me. So I was like, ooh. And my friend the friend that I go to the gym with, he was like, so he had something come up. So I was like, it's okay. I'll just go to the gym by myself. I'll send you some pictures, whatever. And plus it is a trek for me to get over there. So now that I have my own membership, I can just go here and it's less than 10 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, just go to the gym. I was like, oh, I don't want to. And I'm over here just slowly getting dressed. Just it's cold, it's rainy, it's cold and rainy. That's like a double hell no.
Yeah.
It's cold, it's rainy. And I said, you done already paid these people your money. Get up and go. And I was like, okay, I go to the gym now. And I worked out for like an hour and then I felt good. And then he and I worked out again on Thursday, and he had asked me to work out again on Friday, and I was like, do you not see the gas prices? Because we gonna have to try this again. And then I also helped him with a podcast of his, and we were going to record on Saturday. So he was like, you want to record on Saturday? Want to go to the gym on Saturday? I wasn't planning on going to the gym 3 times this week. And then I thought about it, and I was like, the opposite of the can't. It was like, all last year, I was like, oh, I'm going to get my body right. And then I'd start like some at-home workout stuff and then fall off and start again and fall off and start. Because I just prefer to be in the gym. I like the machines versus me doing like floor exercises and stuff. It has nothing to do with the people, because do not make eye contact with me. Do not come over here and talk to me. I am not interested in being social. It's not the people, it's the equipment. So I'm like, well, I feel like that's going to help me stay on track if I have a membership, because number one, I'm paying for it. So again, you done already gave these people your money, get your ass up and go. And then also the actual equipment makes me like, I want to use it and see like how this is going to work, this muscle and that muscle and everything. So it was like the opposite for me to just be like, girl, you've been trying to wheel this body back right all last year and nothing happened. So guess what? We're going to have to do something, because nothing didn't work. So let's do something.
I'm with you on that one, because my motivation right now, I have a pair of shorts I bought last year, or was it the year before last? It was like the same size as I always get. I order the same size from the same company, Adidas, all the time. Shit fits and I'm cool. Maybe it's a little tight, but when it's a little tight, I'll be like, oh, that just means I still got some work to do. I gotta exercise. And I usually will get it to the point where it fits. These shorts that I ordered, however, never fit. Like, they weren't a little tight, they just were not fitting. And they were a 2X. And I was like, wait a minute, like, if they made these in this size, that must mean one of two things. Either I didn't realize where I ordered them from and I got them from like Chinese marketplace, because if you order items like from Korea or China, like on eBay,
They're
they're
a lot smaller than
a
us.
lot smaller, and a lot of times the websites do not go out their way to let you know that that is the product you're ordering. So I was like, no, I got this directly from the website, so I know this is American size, and that just means I have now entered into Forex territory because I don't really have it in between. I feel like I either go from 2 to 4 or from 2 to like extra large. I've never been a large, could never ever fit a large. I don't even remember a time, maybe elementary, I wore a large, but but as soon as middle school came, it was 2X and up. So yeah, I'm like, okay, so I got to get down because I really enjoyed. I like these shorts, and I don't really buy a lot of stuff. I stick to Adidas because they've, for the longest time, have only really made stuff that fits me and is comfortable and is durable. Those three things are important,
Very much
especially as a
so.
bigger person, because you don't want to spend a lot of money buying clothes over and over again. So when you find something that lasts, you tend to want to stick with that brand. So
I kind of got an excuse for you, but I don't know if that's like beneficial or not, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So like I love Crocs. I only have one pair, but we're just getting started and there's going to be a collection.
oh God,
But my sister realized, yes, they're so comfortable. My sister realized that when you buy Crocs, you got to read where they were made. So, like you said, if they were made in China, they're going to run a little bit smaller than if they were made in Mexico. So, like when we go buy the shoes, we have to actually take the shoe out before we even try it on. Okay, hold on. This one for China. Okay, so I need to go up a size because if I buy the one from China, it's going to be too tight. You know, when you put it in sport mode, when you put the strap on the back, it's gonna be your toes is gonna be black power fisting in the front, but if you get them from Mexico and you put them in sport mode, you're good to go in your regular size.
oh
So
my.
maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were manufactured in a different place than you're used to getting them from,
I
and that's
didn't
what it was.
consider that either. I didn't even read the tag to like be like, oh, this is from this place. Like I just couldn't zip them up, and I got immediately depressed. I was like, I'm doing something wrong with my life. Like, I can't even zip a pair of pants up right now. Like this is
So we
terrible.
got to definitely check the tag. We don't want you spiraling, and then they just happen to use a different manufacturer this time, and you thinking it's you and it's them.
Yeah, and I done bought 2 pairs. I'm like, I really got to get my weight down. Like, oh gosh, but
I
yeah,
have a question. Am I frozen for you?
you freeze and then you come back, so it's like.
You have been frozen for me since I came back. So I just wanted you to know that. So if you showed me the shorts, I did not see them. I've just been over here like, radio. I'm going to just nod and yes.
You didn't miss
Yes.
nothing. Just imagine the Michelin man can't fit in his own tire. How about that? Just like the tires just around his ankles.
I'm not doing that with you.
Mm.
So going off of that experience, did you have a can't thought? Like I'm like you said, oh, I'm doing something wrong and you're about to go into depression, or was it like a can thought to be like, okay, now like some people do, like I'm working out. I see this one trainer that I follow, her campaign is like workout, train for the dress. And so you buy something, she instructs women to buy something, you know, this dream outfit or how you want to see yourself look realistically, because don't get on Fashion Nova and it's that one girl who looks exactly like an hourglass. Don't buy that stuff because that's you're probably not gonna look like that in the time frame, but maybe if you get on somebody's table, either way. So and you train for that outfit, and you, instead of looking at the scale, you're working out so that way you can look good in this dress or this outfit that you purchased. So I want to know for you, which direction did you go in with the can't thought or the can thought?
Oh my god! Let me tell you. So I remember I told you last week I'm either on or I'm off. So I had the can't thought. I immediately was like, this ain't even worth it, man. Like I'm gonna just put these shorts on eBay. I'm gonna buy me some alcohol. And I'm gonna be
Oh, we went deep. Okay, I thought it was just like, forget these shorts. No, forget these shorts and snacks. Comfort food.
Completely jumped off the deep end. I was like, this is stupid. What am I doing? Like, first of all, I got no business ordering shit online. For what? I know I need to be in the store. If they ain't got it in the store, I don't need to spend the money. Universe be trying to tell you things and I'm just ignoring it. I don't know why. But yeah, that's exactly where
Oh
I went with it. I was like, forget this. Like, I'm gonna call up pizza guy, see if they got a special right now. Cause you know, if you go pick up, they get you some ice cream with it. Yeah.
Lord. No, I did not do
Yeah. So that means now from there, let me tell you, this is really how my mind works. From there, I have to lift myself all the way back up to be like, nah, you can do
that.
this. You can
You
actually.
go deep down into the trenches, into the gutter. You got to pick yourself up pretty far. Good grief.
Yeah, it's hard being in my brain because I go from one extreme to the next.
I was just about to say that. It's hot or cold. Lukewarm? Fuck that. We're going deep. We're going to the pits of hell, okay?
It took
That's how hot I want it.
It took everything in me to not be like, I'm gonna get me a bottle of alcohol and just be like, I'm gonna try tomorrow. see what changes after this bottle.
Woo. Well, okay. I guess I can't talk. Mine is not necessarily fitness related. Mine is more so last month. I don't know what happened. I've said it before. Like I just was not in the mood to record my videos. And normally like I would batch videos every single week. So like how I normally tell my clients is just to do their stuff for an entire month and change outfits. And for me, I'd be like, I don't have time for that. I do, but I'm not going to make time for that. So instead, I'll have a different outfit every single week. So that way, you know, I can actually switch out and interchange. It's not me wearing the same thing every day, which if I did, you know, that's fine. Because some people, that will be their hindrance to be like, oh, I don't have enough clothes. People are going to see me in the same thing. Pick a uniform and let's go. We're not doing this. So it could be either or. So for me, it was just like, I don't feel like recording or I'll have something else to do. And I did it again this week. I was going to record on Friday night, I think it was. Yeah, it had to have been Friday because I was out with my friend on Thursday and Saturday. So yeah, I was like, oh well, let me start. I got my to-do list. I'm just checking away over here, getting shit done. Oh yeah, woo! And then my sister said, I was like, okay, well, when I finish this, then I don't know why I like to record my videos at night. That's just a thing. I don't know. I think it's because the room that I'm recording in, which is also this room, the lighting, which it actually looks really good right now, but sometimes the lighting just looks better to me at night, to where it's just me and this ring light. And I just go off of that versus like, well, if the sun is like super bright or if it's super dim, then it might like, I don't know. Again, that's probably just my own thing, but because I'm far away from the window. So I feel like that's just me making up shit. Either way. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record my videos in the evening. And then my sister was like, hey, I think I'm gonna give the dogs a bath. Ah, darn. I guess I can't record videos tonight. I gotta help bathe the dogs. And we have 3 together. So we have an assembly line. She bathes them. I dry them off, blow dry them, you know, brush them, fluff them, whatever. And yeah, so I was like, after I do that, well, now it's time to eat up. My dad is calling me. He needs me to help with this. And then something else came up in the way. And I was just like, now it's time to go to bed. Let's keep recording the videos. And then I just went on about my day. So, but trying to switch the thinking, I'm like, I'm not always a person who's like, oh, I'm going to start on Monday. But this was one of those weeks where I was like that. I was like, okay, well, today, like, that's also the hindrance is that I'm like, I do not feel like putting on makeup. I don't have to put on makeup for my videos. It's just a preference. But I was like, that's the whole thing. The process of me setting up. I got to go upstairs. I got to put on my makeup. I got to set up everything. I got to get dressed. And today I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do, Miss Mamas, because you over here tripping and you have gone like 3 weeks without recording videos. Thankfully, because I recorded videos every single week, I'm not out of videos because I didn't post that many in February while I also didn't record. So I have like stuff in the tank.
Right.
But I was like, you still have some stuff that you need to record. And guess what we're going to do? Your face is already done after this podcast. So guess what? You go get your ass over down there, Wally. You gonna record these videos. And I said, okay, I'll do that. So that's me trying to change my mindset so that way I can actually get done what I said I needed to get done, because that me recording videos has been on my to-do list. And I'm just like, it's a new day. Let's flip the page and start up. We don't need to look at that. I know that's what I was supposed to do 3, 4, 5 last week, days ago. we're just gonna skip that. But today I'm like, no, it's got to get done. You're going to eventually run out of videos. And, for me, that's also part of the story and the experience, because then I'll be able to like, hey, when I'm going through something, and then when I'm dealing with the client going through the same thing, then this is how I talk myself off the ledge. This is how I got myself back on track. So hopefully this will help you get back on track, or just, push through it, whatever you got to say. But like, okay, this is part of the experience. This is part of the journey. You're not always going to feel like being on camera. What do you do in this moment? And then go with that.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of the reason why I work in spurts is because I'm so hot and cold. So it's like when I'm hot, I try and catch it then and be like, okay, what can I do while I have this immense energy for this task at hand right now? And Donnie was actually just talking about it on one of the episodes, to where she was like, she'll do 30 days worth of work in like 7 days and like doesn't want to do anything after that, because it's like my mind just doesn't want to get back to that spot for whatever reason. So it's like that's where I'm at, because I went to actually I have my workouts ready to put into what I wanted to use. So I have this tool for my website where it loads up the workouts. I could plan them out for the whole month, and then that way when people log in and click the link, they could see each workout for each day. Well, this tool actually is crap. Well, it's not crap, but it's crap for how I work, right? So I work fast, so I just want to input everything and be done with it, so that way I don't have to think about it. Well, they decided to update their system, and now it works completely different than I'm used to. And I said, no, hold up. I'm backing all the way out. I deleted all they plug in from my website. It was like, well, I guess I have to find another way to do this now. That makes more sense, because for this to be advertised as being so convenient for trainers, it became very inconvenient for me. So now it's like, well, I could just make a new page every day, and I think that'll be just as effective. I just wanted the ability to load it up for the month, have everything ready to go, and then that way I don't have to think about it, because as I say it, people can go there and actually see it in real time. So sets me back a little bit, but it's better than me wasting the time learning this new system that was already new, relearning it again, because I've been using the software for a few years now. So now with one update, it's like, no, I'm done. I'm cool. It's too many learning curves to continue to overcome with this piece of software. So
did it have bad reviews after the update? Or nobody else said anything about it?
No, because the thing is, the software was set up for a specific type of gym. So it wasn't really set up for how I use it, but it was convenient enough for me to use it in that aspect, because the other tools out there were way more expensive. So I was like, you know what? This works. It's not as expensive, because as you build up, they don't charge you until you actually have like 10 or more clients. So I was like, I'm still building up. This is perfect. But yeah, it's not convenient.
It's actually not perfect.
Yeah.
So have you already come up with how you're going to overcome that, or that's what you're working on now?
So I've come up with a temporary solution that I believe is actually probably the first solution I should have used anyways before trying this thing out. When I get into like finding things to make my website and, making things easier for my clients, I look at that thing and I'll also search for alternatives. So then I could just look at everything all together and be like, okay, this is going to be best fit for me. So that was one of those cases. And yeah, it's just to go to the regular method of creating a post is probably going to be the best for me. And I'm a dummy. I can actually create posts ahead of time and don't even have them post until a certain date too.
Look at you thinking it through live on the air. Come on, people see the process.
Exactly. It'd be things like that. You forget that sometimes the simple method, like sometimes Apple already put the app on your phone. You don't have to get a new app for that. It's already there. It's like no one exactly described like a use case for it because there's so many different ways you could use it. But that's this case right now for me. Is like no one ever described all the many different use cases you could use for this tool, which is like, hey, schedule post. But this is one of those methods like, oh, I can actually schedule that post so that way it doesn't pop up until that date. So that way when I say it, I don't have to go and create it. It's already done for me. So I think yes, I have found a way. And if that method doesn't work, I don't know if I'll continue to wreck my brain over it. I'll just create a PDF or not a PDF. What do people do? They take a screenshot. I'll take a screenshot of my notes
and post that.
Yeah.
Well,
Some
the
stuff for
information
me,
is there,
like,
so okay.
when it comes to graphics are for me like I am I overthink it. So like I know I won't be able to get it out perfect. So I'd rather just do it the quickest way possible. So like that would be for me. It's like, you know what? I've tried all of this to make this so beautiful and vibrant. This is what you get though, because it's frustrating me. So I definitely need someone on my team who does graphics because that is the one thing that I really do find value in is having good looking graphics. And that is the one thing I don't have the time or the patience to really put my all into.
Understandable. I feel you on that. I'll say for me, similar. I definitely want me a graphic designer just because I know what I like, and that's pretty much all I make. I like to keep things simple. I'm not into a whole bunch of, flash or fabulousness. Like I'm cool with just a solid background, maybe throw a little ombre on there if it comes that way. As in if I can find an ombre background. If I can't, just plain, it's just gonna be just fine. And
Yeah.
put the text on top of it. But I know some people like more flash and more fabulousness. So then I'm like, I need a graphic designer that can do that because that's not me. And this is what you're gonna get if I'm the one making the graphics.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you feel like would be two important positions as you grow your company that you feel you'll need to do before before you can really think about, okay, I need 12 people in my company because this is what it takes right now. If you could see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years, something that will benefit you, what do you think would be the first two hires you would have to do?
The first two hires would definitely be a social media manager and a graphic designer because that is two things that I do help my like on hand, I guess not on hand, Lord, what's the word? My done for you clients.
Gotcha.
So I didn't even say that. I did have a call with my business coach. It was a group call, but I asked a question and I was like, yeah, so I'm realizing that what I'm trying to do is going to be pretty hard to scale. So what do you think I should do? And he was like, you should go in this direction. And I was like, I was going to go a different direction, but okay. And then other people were on the call were like, actually, yeah, that's what you should do. Oh my gosh, you're doing so much work and you need to raise your prices. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like going in that direction. I already know I want certain staff on hand. And those two that I definitely want from the beginning is like what my dream would be that like I get me a social media manager. We're gonna say it's a she, and she's dope. I got her. She's helping me get these people's stuff out. She's great. And then I have me a graphic designer. We're gonna say it's a he, and he's on point. He's got everything going. And then as my company grows, then she would actually become the manager of the social media managers, and he would become the manager of the graphic designers. And then I know
Mhm.
how to do all of this stuff because to me that's super important. If you go run the company, should it all fall down? Kanye West. Then I need to know how to pick up the pieces and like, okay, I can still do this, I can that, things can still keep running. So I do believe in that. Don't just open a business just because you got the money to do it. You need to know what's going on day to day or whatever. So I would definitely say that would be the case, that I would want my company to grow. And these two people are still like my right and my left hand. And well, I don't know if that's the best thing because then I don't have no hands left. But you know what I'm saying? These two people are my core team. And then I can pretty much outsource everything else. But the hires that I definitely see that I want to have on staff would definitely be starting off with one social media manager and one graphic designer. And then as my company grows and I have more people, then okay, we got several social media managers, we got several graphic designers, so that way we can still churn out what these people are asking for in a timely manner. And yeah, those are my two.
For sure.
What about you?
I just thought a little more deeply about it. I think originally I was gonna say a graphic artist and like a videographer, but
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, I don't think I would do that. A graphic artist and a sales, like a salesperson of some sort, like a salesperson,
Ooh,
but like they would also have like maybe a like a slash title, like a
that's a
salesperson
good point,
slash
because I don't want to be on
videographer.
these sales calls either. That's a good
Yeah, like
point.
a
I kind of want that
salesperson
too.
slash videographer or something, like maybe you know, like I like maybe you're more influential in sales, and like you have like the want to do like some video, like that would be dope. I understand that you can't really expect one person to try and handle two things, but more importantly, I think would probably be for me like a actual like salesperson, someone to try and get things like, well, since we're online now, right? It's ads, clients, different things of that nature, because that part definitely takes time and is I think for a growing business probably a key part, because having a different face representing you too can also help you. Like if people only see me as the salesperson, then they also only see me as the person they don't like. But if there's someone else out there with a with a face, like maybe they enjoy that person more when they don't like their person. Now they could come to me. I
Okay,
think
well, I want to slash mine too. I want my social media manager to also be a salesperson, because I don't want to always take the calls. And that is a part of like how my business setup is. You schedule a consultation and you talk with me.
yeah. Oh, you froze on me.
But
Hope you didn't go away. Hello? I'm saying hello like we on the sprint. Hello? You really gone? No, I'm here. You're chopping up now.
You can't hear me?
I
I
hear
can
you now.
see
You're
you. I'm
clear
moving.
now. You're
Hello.
you are
Anybody
clear now.
there?
I hear you clear.
Okay,
Oh, you
wonderful.
can't hear me now.
But yeah, so I can hear you. I think it's a delay.
Yep, there's a delay.
Hello. Okay. Am I moving or am I frozen?
You're moving. Everything is perfect when you talk.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just like freeze myself to be like, can you hear me?
Hmm.
And then and then you say yes. But no, that's definitely how my business model is, that I do schedule, I do take all the consultations. But yeah, I would like that somebody else take that too and take on the sales part. Like I can still do it at the beginning, but yeah, 2 years from now, I need somebody else doing that. But and I was thinking, I know I need a videographer on, not necessarily on staff. I would just contract them, just because I may not always have work for them. So I would much rather they, which I mean, I guess that's the same for the social media manager and
Well,
the graphic artist. Just for how my business is, for the ones that I'm doing done for you, then I know if that client is a done for you client, then I know I'm going to have at least 30 days of work for the social media manager.
yeah,
And then
got
the graphic designer, I mean, if they make all the graphics in one day, I guess they could be contracted too. So I take that back. Contract the graphic designer. I need a salesperson and a social media manager that's going to
okay,
manage other people's stuff. I can take care of my own. They're going to manage my client stuff, and then the sales manager is going to handle that. So
okay.
you right. You be thinking.
I'm still thinking because it is tax season,
So you want a tax
and
person on staff?
so I've learned this new thing called a tax strategist. So I didn't realize that there are people who do taxes, but they specialize in different portions of taxes, right?
Right.
So you've got you're like a CPA, right? A person who can basically help you with bookkeeping, so you can find out what your deductions are, help you in that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've also learned that there's also tax strategists, right? So
Mhm.
they have these abilities as well, like with other, like a CPA, but a tax strategist would probably go in there and be like, okay, this is what you need to do to pay this amount in taxes this year instead of this amount in taxes this year. So they're almost thinking ahead,
Yes.
so you can be better prepared instead of like having it. Because I know for me, taxes is always going to be a surprise, and I should have a better idea of it, but I haven't done it long enough to be like, oh yeah, so I should be paying about this much if I made this much. I don't know that. I'm learning this, and the number pops up when I input everything. I'm like, damn, I gotta pay that much. Like, I don't want to do this no more. That's how
Literally a
it is.
surprise.
So I wanna definitely make that less of a surprise and be like, no, I know this is how things should play out this year. As long as I hustle hard and get on track, that this is what I should be paying in taxes at the end of the year if I do this step, and this step. That's another thing I'm also thinking about too, because I'm telling you, these people on YouTube, like that from, I don't even remember who the person was. Like, I just be going through the old episodes of um I'm saying Morning Meetup now. That is not the name of it.
Social Proof Podcast.
Yeah, Social Proof. And just starting to watch people who aren't in anything I'm interested in, just be like, okay, what is this business about?
Mhm.
And that's where I found the video with the tax strategist.
Carter Cofield.
I thought maybe that's who it was.
It is. I
Yeah.
follow him, and I was like, let me sign up for all your stuff because I don't know what I'm doing. So I
Yeah.
follow him, got into his little, he had like a free, not a free, but he had like
He got like a
a
mohawk.
textbook. It's something. I don't know what his head was doing, but he had a big forehead. I remember that. But yeah, it houses all that knowledge, I guess. I don't know, but he had like some type of tax book of like 200 plus things that entrepreneurs can write off. So I went on ahead and purchased that. And then once you get in their web, it's hard to get out. So I'm like, he sends emails all the time. And since I follow him, then it'll let me know when he's going live and stuff like that. So I'm not able to make it to all his stuff, but I try to tune in a little bit. So like you said, the tax strategy. So he can give me some tips so that way I can make sure I'm doing it right at the beginning of 2022. Can't do nothing about 2021, but what I can do at right now to help me next year.
Yeah, because I originally, all the equipment I bought 2020, I wanted to be like, okay, well, this is for my business. I want to make sure I have these ready for deductions, and then didn't realize, like, oh, like I gotta like have these on a business account, which I guess your first year of business, it doesn't matter because it's kind of understood that you might not have a business account for the full year. But now, because I have one of those banks that always gets bought by other banks, and then they have to merge their internet systems, it makes it even more difficult to pull up past bank statements and things. So it's like that year's passed. Like, I just have to move forward with the things I buy now. So it hurts, but if I would have had a tax strategist, I probably would have overcame a lot of that.
My hurt that I'm dealing with the bank situation is that I dealt with a lot of identity theft. So I was like, I closed one business bank account because yeah, I was basically paying them to keep the account open. And I was like, this is dumb. We can close this. Because I was like, let me start off, right from the beginning. So I started off my business with a business bank account, but essentially, like several months, I wasn't making money in a row, and I'm just paying y'all every single month just to keep the account open. And I was like, this is stupid. Why am I paying you when I could just keep this in my personal account? Make sure I document everything to separate. Okay, this is this, or, do all my business stuff on this one credit card. So that way I can, that's how I differentiated my purchases. I just was like, okay, this is my business credit card. This is my personal credit card. If I have an emergency, I use this one. If it's business related, I use this one. So that way all my transactions are on one thing, or with one institution or whatever, with one account. There we go. That's the word. And yeah, so I ended up closing that account, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I want to bank with this person now. They have, they don't even charge a fee to keep the account open. So yeah, let's go with this. And then I got instantly rejected and I forgot. It's because, again, with me dealing with identity theft so often, I just keep my accounts frozen. I keep my what you call it, the Equifax and
Yeah.
Experian and all those. I just keep them frozen. So I have to consciously remember, hey, you're about to apply for something, so you need to take this off maybe like a day or two before you
Yeah.
apply. So that way it'll like shake the frost off and then you can apply and actually get approved, because they're going to be like, oh no, you're not going to get approved because
Yeah.
your credit score was too low. And I'm like, actually my credit score is fine. It's the block, that's what it is. Because especially when they like write it out on a piece of paper, I'm like, that's not what. Oh girl, your shit frozen, you forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the moment, I'm just like, well, we just gonna chill for a second. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of pissed me off, even though it was my fault. So I was like, nah, I'll get a business account in a minute. I'll just keep doing what I was doing, where all my transactions are on this card, and we'll deal with that later. If there is a CPA listening, you're probably cringing. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. And yeah, we'll just deal with that stuff next January, February, March, because I
Yeah.
still haven't done my taxes for this year. So, before next year's tax deadline.
For sure. I even now, because of that, there was another video that came across where they were talking about, I believe it was Nipsey Hussle actually. He was talking about how he was able to scale his business was because on his taxes he was able to show his profit, right? So like in his case, he was trying to get a building to open Crenshaw. When he approached the people, they wanted bank statements. He's like, oh man, I'm a thug off the street. I ain't got no bank statements, man. What is you talking about? So he got his shit together. And I believe in his situation, he didn't have a lot of deductions on his taxes. He was probably just making his money, paying his taxes. So it shows, oh, your company does well. So that's another thing that why I wanted to think about a tax strategist, because that's something I could not foreshadow. Like I couldn't think in my head, like, okay, I can grasp accounting and bookkeeping to a degree, except for like when they get into their terms, like what the heck does cash accounting mean? No idea why they ask me that on the IRS website. And I always be like, well, should I click this or not click this? Like, because they ask you, what type of accounting system do you use? Accounting? Isn't that the system? I don't know. Like,
You asking me the question that you already know the answer to. What are we talking about here?
yeah. But then going back to like you were saying, like outside of a freeze, you also could get denied because you don't show that you actually have the income, and a lot of people don't show the income because they deduct everything on their taxes. So if you're deducting most of what you make throughout the year, and now it looks like instead of making, ballpark, 100,000, but you deduct, 90, so you're really making 10 grand a year by taxes. So of course they're gonna look at you and be like, no, we're not gonna approve you for that. So I want to definitely get ahead of that because I need property badly. Like I tried to just get a conversation with this one building, and they wouldn't even talk to me until I had 6 years of bank statements, to show tax all of my tax paperwork for the last 6 years as well. So it's like I can't even enter the conversation about renting this space until has been done, which sucks. Which I'm sure they've changed now since COVID too.
Yes. We need somebody in these buildings. Anybody want a building? Just passing it out like
Exactly. I
cheese.
heard someone said since COVID now, even just to rent a space, um they're requiring you to show proof of income like 3 times or more. Back just a month before that, they were scamming everybody to get them in the place. Just like, oh yeah, we'll make this happen for you. No worries. Like I've seen these real estate people. They will do whatever they can.
I need to make a sale. Okay. So what we got to do to get you up in here?
Exactly. Oh gosh, but yeah, taxes is definitely I feel like it's probably one of the, if not the second most important aspect of your business. So everybody out there listening, make sure you get on top of that. Learn that. If you don't learn anything else ahead of time as you grow your business, definitely be on top of bookkeeping. What do you recommend as far as doing your own bookkeeping. I don't know if you do your own bookkeeping, but do you go through it weekly, monthly, yearly? Like how do you go about it? Because I know in when I started in 2020, and a year later I got that letter from the mail like on the date, July 7th. I'm looking at it right now. It says immediate action is required. We need to know your sales so we can properly give you your sales tax payment. So, like I was like, I didn't do any of that. And I had to do it all in a week so I wouldn't be late. So, like for
Okay.
you, how often do you stay on top of that?
I was really bad about it at the very beginning. So yeah, because my money was inconsistent. So I was like, I'll just look at it when I make some money and whatever. But this year, again, with me wanting to stay on top of it, I'm not really sure. One of the podcast episodes was talking about QuickBooks Self-Employed. So I recently signed up for that, and when you attach your bank accounts, you can separate what is personal, what is business, what is a split, because sometimes I may buy something on Amazon, I may buy some personal stuff and then some stuff for my business. So then I actually go through and say like, okay, well this $21 was for these pants that I bought off of here, but then the rest of this $30 that actually went towards this microphone or whatever like that, or
Mm,
microphone equipment. So yeah, so I've been doing that, and then I've just been kind of like every other day, just because like I swiped my card yesterday. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I know because it's the weekend and just because the bank isn't always, instantaneous. It just depends on the place that you're going to. Sometimes you can get gas on a Saturday and it takes it out immediately. Sometimes it takes it a couple days, and just depending on where you're shopping at or whatever. Sometimes Amazon is like instant. Sometimes it takes a couple days. So I know if I'm like, okay, well, I did a little bit of grocery shopping yesterday and put some gas in the car and did this and that, then I know, okay, if I did that yesterday, then on Monday, and sometimes the actual, I have the QuickBooks Self-Employed app on my phone. It'll give me a notification to tell me that I have transactions that I need to, put wherever. But some of them do have a rule on them. So then I could be like, okay, all my, anytime it says, Georgia Power, that is a utility bill. I don't even have to look at that. It automatically is going to put that with the personal utility bills.
right.
Or the internet, AT&T, it's going to go ahead and say, this is business internet, or it's split, or however I have it, because I'm not the only person that uses the internet, but I have it set up like that. But then if it, like for Amazon, because it just says Amazon, and sometimes it's my actual Amazon subscription, sometimes it is a business purchase, whatever, just because it gave me an error message, which I was like, that's fine, I don't need to do that, because sometimes I purchase stuff on Amazon business and sometimes it's personal. So I'll just keep that to where each time I need to go in, or if it's someplace that I had never been before, so then or Walmart or something like that, then I can itemize each transaction. I think that's right, itemize.
Yeah.
Place each transaction. Is this personal? Is this business? Is it split? Where is it? Where does it fall in like it? And you can also categorize it as well to say like, it's not just business, but this is business and this goes towards education. This is business income. This is personal income. Like I can go through like that. So
Okay.
at
So
first
it's
it was
almost
like almost like a game, and then once I got to all of those Amazon transactions, I was like, oh, bitch, you did a lot of shopping. I had like 69 transactions that I
mm,
hadn't gone through, because I went through all of them for my because it's always, I think mine is like $12.99 a month, like that. So if I saw Amazon $12.99, I was like, okay, this is just a subscription. Cool, I'm fine with that. And I
yeah.
went back, and what I hadn't done yet was like 69 transactions. I was like, ooh, I got to sit down and do this, because then I have to go through my orders and then compare. Okay, this one on this day. All right, that was a business purchase. This one, okay, no, that was personal. Okay, that was some of my sister stuff that go on to personal.
Got
So
you.
it was fun at first, and then now it's more like, okay, now it's back being fun. But for a minute, it was not, because I had a
Yeah.
lot of transactions to go through. But now I feel like I'm on the right track, because I started maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. And so now
Okay.
I know, like I said, every other day I would do that to check
Okay.
my transactions.
So we're in the same boat now because my bank does that in the app now. So anytime I make a purchase similar to yours, it's like automatically remembers, oh well, this when you do this payment, that is a personal payment. When you do this payment, that is a business payment. And then anything outside of that, it gives me
Okay,
the
that's cool.
option to choose. So I was gonna say I don't do it as often, but I guess I do my bookkeeping often, and I just haven't finished this year to realize that because this is my first year using this account because this is a completely new bank for me. And actually, I need to look and see if they have a code for us that we could use. Because
Do
I
you have
think
a business account with them too?
yeah, it's a business debit card. Um, the
Okay.
website is called Found. And it's really cool because it's just like I don't know, like PayPal or something, right? Like you can create an invoice and it'll remind them, and then they make a payment, go straight into your bank. It gives them all the different options to pay, and then it gives you all of those options as far as the transaction side, and it even has where it automatically deducts the sales tax. So anytime you receive money, it automatically deducts the portion that's going to your taxes for the year and puts it in a separate account. So when you swipe your card, it won't spend any money that's owed to taxes. So you could just have it already in a reserve. I forgot all about
That's
that.
smart.
Yeah, that's something new I'm learning as well because as you know, other banks don't offer that at all. So I've always
Mine
been
does not. So yeah, I'm like, oh well, that's
yeah, I've been
fancy.
and putting all of that. Yeah, I'll send you the link and definitely I'm gonna see if we could get that, as something we could talk about because if they have a promo code, why not use it for the podcast?
Or shoot an affiliate link and they just sign up underneath you. I know that was how I got I think it was Digit. It's like my savings account. I have a savings account with my bank, but then I have Digit as well, so it'll take it out of my account to where I can't see it, I can't touch it. Granted, I can withdraw it whenever I want to, but I just stay off of there. And I remember I had told several people on Facebook, and there was an affiliate link, and it was like everybody that signs up, you get $5. I ended up getting $30 off of that. So yeah, see if they got an affiliate link so we can get
Okay.
you some coins.
Heck yeah. I did that
Because I
affiliate
do
program.
want a. Go ahead.
No, I was listening.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, because I was well. What I was about to say was I did an affiliate program with Amazon. They were really strict though. Like I don't. This is when I realized I don't have any friends because they were like, "Oh,
Same.
you gotta get them to make a purchase," and like I think it wasn't even a a short amount of time. It was pretty long. I think it was like
6
3 months.
months.
6
Mine was 6. And I was like, wow. And I was like, I'm using my YouTube to post nail videos. So a lot of my stuff I either get from 2 nail websites or I get it off of Amazon. So I was like, okay, I just tell people, this is where I got it from. Here's the affiliate link. That 6 months ran out, and I think I had 1 click. And I was like, what? I can't even blame that on my friends because all of them don't even do nails. I was just
for
like,
real.
whoo, this was a rude awakening.
I went into it for a year. So after the first 6 months, I was like, you know what? I didn't push that hard enough. So I was like, I'm gonna create some links on my website and everything. So that way people could come and click it, and then I'll make it relate to the post that I make. So if I use a jump rope in the video, I'll try and find some jump ropes that they can kind of click onto and end up on the link. I did that for all of like a week or two, and I didn't do it anymore. And 6 months went by, and I was like, so I was like, how do people get into this? I was like, I see why they create these scam bots. I was like, I need me a bot.
Yeah, because I was like that. And I didn't even want my feelings hurt again. I said, this ain't for you. You're not meant to be an affiliate with them. Just let that
Oh,
go.
oh man. Broke my heart because they talked it up like it was like the game to be in. It was like, oh,
Right.
you get this many views, and then if they click, and then if you tell them to click, it goes up. And I was like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But I think all around the board, all of these, I'm gonna call them gig services because essentially that's what it is, right? If you're thinking about making money off of ads and things like that on YouTube or Facebook, all it essentially they're gigs. It's not like a gig like Uber where you just turn on the app and then okay, now I go do this job. But it's in the same vein, right? They're not technically hiring you, so you put in the work.
Contract work.
Exactly. And you get out of it what you put into it. So essentially it's gig work. And I think that's another thing that led me to creating my own website. Because after also going through that with Amazon, I was like, well, even if I would have had one friend, if it came to me, I would have made more than 30 cents on that. So I was like, maybe this is just setting me up for something greater.
Let's go with that, because
Oh my gosh.
30 all that work for 30 cents.
For real. Because I think that was some of the payouts. There was like, yeah, like if it's like 0.3%, if it's in a certain category, because they categorize it if it's a home and garden product, or if it's an electronic product. That was way less. I don't even think that was 30 cents. I think that was less than that. But yeah, and you get excited because you're like, well, dang, like if I could just get 5 or 10 people, this could, all the change adds up then. And then you do it, and 6 months goes by. It's like,
very fast.
There's no change out here. I can only imagine what it's like to be like if I was to take music serious, right? And knowing what streaming pays out for artists. I see why they be going crazy. It's like, you gonna send me a Spotify check. It's like, how hard it was for me to get people to just click play.
Y'all gonna send me 20 motherfucking cents. If you don't get out my face,
I think
you're trying to go viral.
YouTube sent me a check. Only one check. I only got one check up out of YouTube. It was like for $12. I cried. I was like, that was.
And you waited a long time for that, because they hold that $12. They try to get you. They try not to pay out till you get to 100.
Yes.
So they held that, and they was like, you know what? Let's get this man his money, because
like, hey, you know what, player, you've been doing good.
You tried. Just tell.
I can't even lie. That one time.
There you go. Check that.
They slid it to me like under their thumb. They said, there you go. Just go. There go 12. That's for you. Yeah. We ain't take no tax. This is going. That's for you. Well, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another incredible technical difficulty riddled video, but awesome podcast nonetheless, here on the Domestic Athlete Training Podcast, once again with your host Anthony T and
Blondie Lockhart,
right here on Oakland Sunshine. Remember, you could catch me at the beach right after this, 10 a.m. Jump with me. It's Sunday. Looking forward to anybody out there to come work out with me and get in a good sweat. And Blondie, you got anything you want to let the people know before we get out of here?
Just follow me. Follow me on Instagram at Blondie Lockhart. That's also my YouTube channel, my Facebook. Just Google Blondie Lockhart and come check me out. I'll be posting cute stuff. I done started working out too. Don't work out with me. That's not what we're doing. I'm not the trainer. I'm just doing stuff to try to be healthy. Work out with him, but just come look at me.
All right. Thank you so much. And until next time, as always, love life. Peace.